Hey guys, this is Bevan here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a large tarp all by yourself. Now this particular model is about 6 meters by 5.5 meters, puts out 30 square meters of shade, and is great for families and large groups. Now today I don't have any trees or branches to use a ridgeline, so I'm in an open space and I'm going to be using poles. So let's see how to get this done. So first things first, I'm going to choose a suitable location to set up my tarp. And what I have here is pretty ideal. It's a nice grassy patch, soft soil, it's going to be easy to peg, so this is going to work just fine. The next thing I want to do is check the direction of the wind. Now in this case it's coming straight at me over here. And the reason I want to do that is I want to set up my tarp 90 degrees to that direction, so that if the wind kicks up like it's starting to do right now, I can drop one side of the tarp and create a lean-to and give me some wind protection on the other side. So this is a good location. I'm going to set up in this orientation here. So let's move on to the next step. So first up, I've taken everything out of the bag, and what I have here is the actual tarp, which is going to be the shade cloth that I use, and rolled up inside of here are the 2 steel poles that I'm going to use for this setup. I have the guy ropes, and I have mine color coded, so this means a short one. If there's no color, that's a long one. And in this little bag here are the pegs that I'm going to use to anchor everything to the ground. Now the biggest challenge when doing this by myself is going to be the wind. Now the wind is really kicking up quite quickly right now, so this is almost a perfect opportunity to test this for the video, but it's not a great situation to be in when you're by yourself. As I said, this tarp is really big. In the wind it's going to act like a sail, and it's going to want to just blow and get chaotic. So I want to try and do this as neatly as I can, and I want to do this in little stages so that it's manageable and I can do it by myself.
First up, unravel your tarp little by little and peg down the corners as you go along. This will prevent the wind from getting under it and blowing it away.
So while I'm setting up here, this is a good opportunity just to highlight something that you want to avoid. And that's taking anything heavy like a rock and placing it on the tarp to anchor it down. What's going to happen there, the wind is going to blow, it's going to cause the tarp to move, it's going to rub against that hard surface and cause damage. So the best thing to do is just peg into the eyelets, and that's going to work just fine. Alright, so I have the tarp laid out, pegged down. The next thing I'm going to do is tie on the guy ropes to each of the little eyelets, and I'm going to walk those out and peg those in as well. So let's do that right now.
Always keep your guy ropes neat and tidy to avoid knotting. Next, use a simple loop knot to attach all the guy ropes to the corners of the tarp. Walk each rope out and peg it to the ground.
As you can see, in this situation, I've got some nice soft grassy earth that's very easy to peg down in. If I'm in a situation where that's not the case, like say a sandy beach where the pegs just shoot out all the time, or perhaps on a pebble beach where I can't get a peg in, then what I'll use in that instance are some bags. I'll either fill it with sand or with stones, and then I'll use those as anchor points. The more sand, the more stones, the more sturdy. So you just fill that thing up as much as it goes, tie your guy rope around it, and anchor off that way. So I have my guy ropes set up, everything is pegged down, and as you can see, even though the wind is gusting quite a bit, this is going absolutely nowhere. So this is going to be easy to manage and easy to work with. The next thing I'm going to do is remove the pegs that I had holding down the tarp at the eyelets, and I'm going to let the system rest on the guy ropes. Next, I'm going to put the poles together and place them at the anchor points, and what that's going to do is cause the system to be freestanding. Then I can move around to the guy ropes, make adjustments, tension some ropes, move some pegs, and while the system is held tense together, it's going to be easy to do that. And then once I'm done, that should be it.
Remember to keep your peg bag handy so you can pop them in as you go and keep track of them. Place the pole through the pole eye and raise it up. You may need to release some of the tension in the guy ropes to do this, but once the pole is up, you can tighten them again to hold it all in place. Repeat the process on the opposite side and keep making adjustments as you go.
So there we have it, a nice, quick and easy way for you to set up a big tarp all by yourself. This is set up in the A-frame orientation. Of course, there are multiple different ways you can do it. I can drop this side to make a lean-to and get some wind protection. I can add another pole to the back there and increase the headroom. It's really so nice and versatile to work with these things. I've left some links down in the description below for you to check out, so be sure to do that. And until next time, bye-bye.